Have you ever pondered about the nature of reality, or wondered if the world you experience is just a mere representation of a cognizing subject, and not something that exists in itself? These intriguing questions are the bedrock of the philosophy of Arthur Schopenhauer, a man who stood boldly against the tide of idealistic thought in his time. Born in the late 18th century, Schopenhauer was a German philosopher who dared to view the world through a unique lens. He posited that our phenomenal world is a manifestation of a will, a theory he meticulously explained in his seminal work, The World as Will and Representation. His ideas, a blend of Eastern and Western philosophy, sparked a philosophical revolution, influencing many modern thinkers from Freud to Nietzsche. Schopenhauer's philosophy invites us to question our perception of reality and the forces that shape it. So, are you ready to delve into the mind of this philosophical genius? Let's embark on a journey through the life and philosophy of Arthur Schopenhauer, a man who asked these very questions. Born on February 22, 1788 in Danzig, Prussia, Arthur Schopenhauer was destined to leave a significant mark on the world of philosophy. The son of a wealthy merchant and an intellectual mother, young Arthur was exposed to a life of culture and affluence. However, his journey into the realm of philosophy began at the University of Göttingen in 1809. Initially majoring in medicine, Schopenhauer's interest took a philosophical turn under the influence of Gottlob Ernst Schulze, a skeptical philosopher who introduced him to the works of Plato and Kant. This change of direction was to be a pivotal moment in Schopenhauer's life. His fascination with philosophy grew, leading him to delve deeper into understanding the complexities of human existence and the world. His studies at Göttingen laid the foundation for his later works, most notably The World as Will and Representation. Schopenhauer's early years were instrumental in shaping his unique philosophical outlook. In 1818, Schopenhauer published his most significant work, The World as Will and Representation. This monumental work laid the foundation for his metaphysical doctrine of the will, a concept that would become a cornerstone of his philosophy. Schopenhauer proposed that the world we experience around us exists solely as a representation, a phenomenon dependent on a cognizing subject. This world, he argued, cannot be considered to exist in itself. At the heart of this theory is the idea that our understanding of the world is mediated by our perceptions and our will, the driving force behind our actions. Schopenhauer's will is not a personal will, but a metaphysical entity, a blind and irrational force that permeates all aspects of existence. All things, he contended, are driven by this relentless will to live. Schopenhauer's philosophy is also characterized by a profound pessimism. He suggested that our desires and aspirations are perpetually thwarted by the inherent limitations of existence, leading to suffering and disappointment. The only relief, he believed, came from aesthetic experiences, where the will could be temporarily suspended. His work also stands as a reaction against Hegelian idealism, a philosophical movement of his time that held that reality was a rational structure that could be comprehended by human reason. Contrary to this, Schopenhauer asserted that the world is not rational, but is driven by the blind and irrational will. Interestingly, Schopenhauer's philosophy also integrated Eastern and Western thought, drawing on concepts from Buddhism and Hinduism such as the cycle of desire and suffering, and the possibility of escape through renunciation. His work, though initially met with indifference, gradually gained recognition for its depth and originality. His ideas have had a significant influence on a wide range of philosophers and artists, from Friedrich Nietzsche to Albert Einstein, shaping the course of modern thought in profound ways. Schopenhauer's philosophy, characterized by a unique focus on the will, stands as a reaction against Hegelian idealism. Schopenhauer's philosophy did not just exist in isolation, it profoundly influenced many modern thinkers. One of the major figures who felt Schopenhauer's influence was Friedrich Nietzsche. Schopenhauer was Nietzsche's first, and according to Nietzsche himself, the greatest philosophical influence. For many years, Nietzsche was deeply immersed in Schopenhauer's philosophy before he rebelled against this influence and attempted to overthrow it. Schopenhauer's emphasis on the will became a key element in Nietzsche's idea of the will to power, a concept that Nietzsche used to explain the driving force of human nature. Next we have Ludwig Wittgenstein. Wittgenstein's philosophy was significantly shaped by Schopenhauer's idea of the world as a representation. This influence is evident in Wittgenstein's work, where he underscores the role of language in shaping our understanding of the world. Wittgenstein believed that language constructs our perception of reality. a notion that parallels Schopenhauer's ideas about the world as a representation dependent on a cognizing subject. Moving on to Sigmund Freud, he too was deeply impacted by Schopenhauer's ideas. Schopenhauer's exploration of the darker aspects of human nature, and his emphasis on the primacy of the will, had a significant impact on Freud's psychoanalytic theories. Freud even acknowledged Schopenhauer as a precursor to psychoanalysis, recognizing the philosopher's early insights into the unconscious desires and motivations that Freud would later delve into. Finally, we have Albert Einstein. Einstein was fascinated by Schopenhauer's philosophy and saw him as a kindred spirit. He kept a bust of Schopenhauer in his study, a testament to the deep respect and admiration he had for the philosopher. While Einstein's work was primarily in the realm of physics, Schopenhauer's philosophical ideas about the nature of reality and the limitations of human knowledge resonated with Einstein's own groundbreaking theories. In conclusion, Schopenhauer's philosophy has had a lasting impact, shaping the thoughts and ideas of some of the most influential figures in modern thought. Schopenhauer's philosophical legacy continues to resonate in the works of these modern thinkers. Passing away on September 21, 1860, Schopenhauer left behind a philosophical legacy that continues to influence modern thought. His ideas, which bridge the gap between Eastern and Western philosophies, still stimulate intellectual debates today, from Nietzsche's will to power to Wittgenstein's exploration of language, and Freud's psychoanalytic theories. Echoes of Schopenhauer's philosophy resonate in the works of many modern thinkers. Even beyond philosophy, his influence extends to the realms of literature, music, and science, attesting to the universal applicability of his ideas. Notable figures like Einstein found a kindred spirit in Schopenhauer, further cementing his status as a seminal philosopher. His vision of the world as a manifestation of will, a representation dependent on a cognizing subject, remains a unique and thought-provoking viewpoint. Despite his reputation as the philosopher of pessimism, Schopenhauer's work offers profound insights into the human condition and the nature of reality. Schopenhauer's philosophy, a compelling exploration of the nature of reality, continues to provoke thought and discussion, reminding us of the power of philosophical inquiry.